We have never been in a position in which the economy could do as much harm to our nation as it can today. We're heading to the wall at warp speed. It is a dangerous circumstance. And we can get off this path, and we've got to do some things that are not very pleasant, but not impossible, that are being done by mayors and county commissioners and governors all over America and countries around the world. Harvard economist Alberto Alesina, drawing from his and other research on large fiscal adjustments across multiple nations, said this, quote, "Spending cuts are far more effective than tax increases in stabilizing the debt and avoiding economic downturns. In fact, in several episodes, spending cuts adopted to reduce deficits have been associated with government expansions rather than recessions," close quote. Goldman Sachs has also done a study that indicates that. And we have empirical evidence of countries that have taken firm steps to get the financial house in order, have found that maybe almost to their surprise, they've had economic growth quicker than many have projected. Well, first we had the Gang of Six. And they've been meeting in secret, and I don't know who were advising them. I don't think many of the average American people in their struggling who maybe have lost their jobs or haven't seen their pay increased or seen their overtime be eliminated, many of those people were in the room with them, but they're working. And they're good people. I was kind of getting anxious for a month or so to hear something from them. Maybe it would be a good deal. Maybe it would be something to get us moving. I don't know. I had my doubts about it, and I expressed that. But I expressed my support to see what they could produce. Maybe it will be worthwhile. I'm withholding judgment. So now we're not hearing from them, although they apparently have enough work product, maybe even a plan that they met with 10 other senators, I understand, to discuss what they're planning on. Hadn't let anybody else in on the deal. But now so we don't worry about the Gang of Six. If that doesn't work, we've got the Vice President. President Obama has asked him to have meetings with a very small group of Senate and House leaders, and that they're going to write us a budget. And there's some good people meeting in that. I don't have any doubt, but weeks have gone by. We had a week recess, and apparently it was over 2 weeks, and it didn't even meet. The president's traveling around the world making speeches, raising money. And this country has not had a budget in 775 days. This Senate has not passed a budget in 775 days. Weeks are going by, and we're waiting on this meetings in the White House. Nobody knows what's particularly happening there. It's supposed to be secret. Normally, a budget is brought up. It's brought before the Budget Committee. The chairman lays down the chairman's mark. Everybody gets to offer complete substitutes, gets to offer their whole budget or technical amendments or significant amendments to that budget, and they get voted on. And the matter is discussed, and the American people can get a copy of the chairman's mark and the amendments offered by the other members of the committee. And this is how you do business in a democracy, last I heard. And then we're accountable, right? How much did you think we ought to raise taxes on the American people? How much did you think you're going to cut spending? Well, you going to dare to make any change in Medicare? I'll not vote for you if you make any change in Medicare. Or you've got to do something about these entitlements. You didn't do anything about the Medicare and entitlements. You're going to let them go broke? Those are the kinds of good discussions you would be having. I thought we learned that the American people want transparency. They want accountability. They want to know what their representatives are doing. And and they want to see them in the light of day, not the dark of night, doing their work. I think that's reasonable. That's the way our Congress was set up to work. That's what I'd like to see. So I think it's time for these meetings to start getting over with. I think it's time for us to start seeing some numbers. What are they going to do? Wait for the last possible day to raise the debt ceiling and then waltz in here with some sort of agreement and we're all supposed to rubber stamp in a state of panic? I don't appreciate that. I don't think the American people will. It's not good government.